because I know you're an active guy. And one of the things when it comes to libido, if you're a too active guy, if you use your muscles too much, that can also cause you to run out of testosterone. So there's a balance here. I learned that back,
Hmm.
back before the internet and the gym, there'd be all these muscle magazines, and I'd be reading the muscle magazines, and there were always libido products. Okay, now why does a muscle guy need libido? Yeah, I was yeah, 18-year-old. I couldn't keep my penis down. I mean, what do they need a
Yeah.
libido product for? And so, because what it can do is it can actually lower your testosterone when you're with a girl. Okay, now what that's about is when you use your muscles and you build them up. And I love going to the gym, pushing myself. I got pecs and all this stuff for my size. I feel really good. I love it. But I need plenty of recovery time for the testosterone to come back. It's very, very important. And if I do a lot of exercise and I don't have enough recovery time to rebuild my testosterone, my libido's gone. And basically because I don't ejaculate ever, I got a libido that works every day. Okay, but it's only see, this is the idea. It's only to feel the love you have for someone. Okay, that's very important because once you're feeling the pleasure, it's easy for the pleasure to take you over. But you learn how to pace yourself now. Is the pleasure more than the feelings of love that I'm having? And you just keep your priority is to feel love. I know men who've written books on love, and they'll say right in the beginning, love is not a feeling, it's a behavior. I go, whoa, wait a second. You've never felt love? This is like a dry person, I'll tell you. Because certainly there's loving behaviors without a doubt, which do tend to, when you do those loving behaviors, quite often, if somebody acknowledges you for that, it will tend to increase more love in your life. But it's when men are of service and people appreciate you for it, your heart opens more, and that's our dependency on serving the world. If you don't serve, you're depressed. If you're a man, you just can't. You got to find that selfish
Amen.
part of you, but not so selfish that you don't care about the results. I think that's somewhere along the line. Just teach people not to be too egotistical or something. But we're more evolved now. When you serve, somebody needs to acknowledge, somebody needs to appreciate. It gives you the message that you have meaning in your life. You're making a difference. And a lot of the non-binary gender stuff comes from two things. But one is in the past, gender relationships weren't always mutually fulfilling. There's a lot of men who took advantage of this. But there was a lot more men that didn't. I grew up in a family which was very traditional. My parents stayed together. They loved each other. My dad had his job. He made his money. My mother raised 7 kids. We had a nice house. Nothing extra, just a nice house, nice neighborhood, maybe nicer than usual. And my mother was she's feeling a little overwhelmed. She could send those boys off to the country club or into the woods, go play. You can't do that anymore. It's tougher now. But because my dad had a good job, he got well paid. He wasn't super rich, he was well paid. Then his testosterone was up. You got to be well paid if you're a man. Otherwise, you become too dependent upon sex to experience healthy testosterone.